Hi, everyone, and welcome to my weekly live. I see you all in the comments. It's great to see you all popping in. So, as usual, just doing a quick sound check because you never know when something's going to go wrong. So, just drop me a comment, let me know you can hear and see me okay, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So, let me know. Hello, snowy Wisconsin, snowy and cold in Maryland. Hi, Carol and Karen and Amy. Great to see you guys all here. I do have a couple announcements that I have to make too. So I want to get those out of the way before I start crafting. So I'll give it a few seconds to let people trickle in. And yeah, we'll get settled in. Hello, hello. Hi, Mary Ann. Great to see you guys. So it looks like everything is working on my end. Excuse me. So just let me know and I will do my announcements. So, hi, Mary. Everything is great. That is wonderful. I had somebody comment that my volume was a little low last time. So, just let me know if that's okay. Like, I'm not too loud, not too quiet. Hello from northern Indiana where there's snow. Yes, we're starting to get some snow too today. A little bit. Not as much as Gina down in or by Madison, but getting some snow. Of course, I got a frog in my throat as I start going live. Hi, Carol. Great. Hi, everyone. And Nancy. Oh my gosh, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy, for popping in. I love Nancy. Good afternoon. Okay, so looks like you guys are seeing and hearing me okay. So I have a couple things. I'm going to be switching my live day. I'm not going to do Wednesdays anymore. Please be patient with me while I kind of find a day that works with my schedule and work in general. So I will be switching to a different day, but I haven't quite figured out what that day is going to be yet. Next week, I will be going live on Tuesday. So I do have next week figured out. Next week is going to be Tuesday. I think that might be the 19th. I can't remember the date for sure, but next week is going to be on Tuesday for sure. So I want to get that out of there. I'll remind you at the end of the live too. And I also, I always share when I'm going live. I share on my Facebook page. I share on my community tab here on YouTube. I share in my newsletter and on Instagram. So I always try and share with you when I'm going live. So next week is going to be Tuesday instead of Wednesdays. I'm going to try and keep with the 1 o'clock time frame because that does seem to work for me. It's just the day of the week that I'm kind of struggling with right now. So that was announcement number one. Number two is that, well, I'm going to be using the new card kit from Gina K Designs. You might have caught, I had an overview video last night of her entire release, including the card kit. I did have a couple of quick samples in there of the stencils that are included in it, so I can show you those. But I'm going to be working with her card kit today. I do have some basic links down below in my video description. So if you haven't gotten the card kit yet, it's fantastic. You can still pick that up. It's still available. So I do have the links down below in the video description for that. And then I will update the live. I'll update that video description with exact links for everything I'm using. Once the live is done, I will do a blog post with pictures. So that will go out after the live is done as well. Stellar Crafts by Pam. I hate that even though I have YouTube notifications on, it goes to my email instead of alert to your phone. Oh, that's weird. Bummer. Marianne ordered the kit. Yay. Yes, it is a fantastic kit. So, and then my last announcement, or I shouldn't say announcement, but I do have a giveaway happening right now on my Instagram. I have it pinned. So it's the first post if you were to go to my grid on Instagram. It is a giveaway from Olo Marker. They reached out and asked if I'd be interested in doing a giveaway. I said absolutely because I do like the Olo markers. So that is on Instagram. Leave a comment to enter into a chance to win. I think it's a 32 marker set, I think. But be sure to read that on how you can enter. And that runs, I believe, till gosh, I should have had all my dates written down. It does say in that description on Instagram when that giveaway ends. But they also gave me a discount code. So if you're interested in picking up any Olo markers or anything on their website, you can get 15% off. Just use the code Mindy15 and that'll get you 15% off. They have a new marker storage tower. Mine should be here hopefully soon. I'm getting one as well. But anything on their website, 15% off. I think I did put that down in the description. So that'll get you 15% off their entire website. So, whew, I think I covered everything that I wanted to get to, and now we can jump into crafting. So let's take a look. All right, so it is the brand new card kit. You might have seen this last night. I will give a quick walkthrough in case you haven't seen it yet. So let me just pull out all of these goodies. If you haven't seen any of these yet, you'll get a quick, I can't get this out. So first, I mean, come on, this box, how fun. I love fun packaging. So this is really cute. The back of it, look at that. I actually have one of these in my bedroom with the rest of my kind of craft stash stuff because I just thought that was so super cute. So you get a fantastic box to keep your stuff in. Now in the box for this month, we'll just go ahead and start with this. So she has a new sticky mat. This fits perfectly in your Misty. Let me grab mine. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so this would go, oh, I got to clean my door, in your Misty. Great if you want to put cardstock down to do some stamping, if you want to do some ink blending and stenciling, this fits perfectly in your Misty. Now, what I really do love is the tackiness of this mat. I do have some grip mats in my Misty because I do have a couple different Misties. And I use them on occasion. I'm not a super fan of the sticky mats. These ones, this reminds me of the Concord and Ninth Turnabout Jig, which is a low tack type of sticky mat. And I love the low tack. So this definitely I will be using in the future. It comes with that protective sheet. So this is included in the kit at this time. Once the kit is sold out and the next release comes out, then all the products are broken up and sold individually. So I'm sure she will have these available at a later date to purchase if you're not able to get the kit right now. So I just wanted to point that out, and I'm just going to leave that in there for right now. So that is the sticky mat. Now, also in the kit, let's jump to this fantastic information sheet. So this tells you everything that you get in the kit, which is a large set, a small set, coordinating dies, 2 stencils, and then the sticky mat. Oh, actually 3 stencils if you count that coordinating one for the flowers. So that is your information sheet. I love to keep these when I get these. This is the Flower Medley stamp set. So this is a smaller stamp set. Normally, I think we get like 2 large stamp sets. This one is a smaller one, but it still is amazing for images and sentiments. So we have some floral images here. There's about 3 of them, and then some leafery. The sentiment, you are, and then you could do the best friend ever, so very special. You, make me so grateful. And then you are in my thoughts. So a really, really beautiful set. There is also a coordinating stencil. So this will color in the image. You have the coordinating die for, I think it's everything in the kit. And then also poly glaze is sold separate to if you wanted to foil your images instead. I'm not going to do the poly glaze today, but just know that that is an option outside of the kit. So I'm going to leave that out because I am going to use that today. And there are also 2 stencils in that kit. First, we have the Modern Hydrangea. So that's what that looks like. Oh, the large stamp set, which is super pretty with those flowers like that and that kind of gauze or burlap background. Where did my other card project go? 1 second. I don't know where I put it. I'll find it. I do have an example of this stencil. So that's just a quick look. I did walk through it in last night's video as well, but we will use the flower medley today. All right, how is everyone doing? Now that I kind of got through all of that, I'm going to take a look at your comments if you've had any questions. Yeah, a lot of you commenting about the markers. I do enjoy the Olo markers. Because I've used Copics so much, it's a little bit of a learning curve for me, but if you've never used markers before, coloring markers, the Olos are absolutely a great option to start with. Lori says she didn't get the kit, but anxiously awaiting the Shimmering Rose stencils. Yes, that one is gorgeous. So I will start with this. I kind of have an idea planned. So let me grab my, what do I got here? My stamp wheel. So I'm going to use my Stamp Wheel 2.0 to do some stamping today. I like to share the love between my stamping tools. And I'm going to use some layering weight white cardstock from Gina. And I'm going to do kind of my traditional, if I'm going to do some layering stencils or just stencils in general, I'm going to start by stamping it in a light gray ink. So let's grab, I love this image. So I'm going to grab that one. And I'm going to grab some extra leaves here. What else? This one. And I'll do my sentiments later. I think, oh, let's throw in a flower. There's a little flower there. So we'll do that. And I'll align my stamp wheel. This is the Stamp Wheel 2.0. There's like a little hole down here. I don't know what else to call it. It's not a notch. But there's a little hole down here, and I always make sure that that is lined up down at the bottom. Oh, hey, Beth, I wasn't sure if you were around or not. Beth is a moderator. She does a fantastic job. She's going to keep track of any supplies that I'm showing that I might not have listed down below in the video description. So hi, Beth. Thank you. Marianne says, I'm glad you're using the stamp wheel. I haven't tried it yet. I do enjoy it. This is the bigger one. The thing with the bigger one, obviously, is it's bigger, but this also comes out on the side. So if you have a longer sheet of paper, you could take this out to make room for it. So just pop that back in. Now I am starting with my cardstock down here in the bottom corner because I want to make sure I'm able to line it back up when I'm done. And where's my ink? I'm going to use Limestone ink from Altenew. It is a nice light gray ink. It's just one of my favorite light gray inks when I want to stamp down my image. I do this all the time in my videos. I stamp the image first in a light gray ink. I do my ink blending, and then I come back and I stamp over the top with black ink. I know that kind of scares some people, but I love that technique. Been doing it for a long time. Oh, Beth, sorry about that. You're doing double duty. Well, hopefully you won't have to do double duty next week. So I'm going to just peel that out, and I'm going to bring in another piece here. I'm going to stamp this a couple times. Valerie says, I'm glad to see the stamp wheel also. I just bought it and the new kit and can't wait to try my ideas. Fantastic. Yeah, it's got that nice sticky mat. Now, I will admit, this was gifted to me from Altenew. I do also have their original stamp wheel. So I try to keep this mat clean and I let the other one get dirty. Let me make sure that's lined up down there. Um, talking about the gray inks. Danielle says that the Altenew ones had too much of a gray undertone for your preference, particularly in the lavenders. Or are we talking about inks or are we talking about alcohol markers? I'm sorry, I missed that. All right, so there is that. That is good enough for me for right now. So I'm going to just leave this. I have them flipped up so they don't stick to the sticky mat there. I'm going to put this off on the side. Clean up my ink. Oh, hey, Megan. I think I seen Megan popping in. And now I am grabbing, this is the large 9x12 sticky mat from Altenew. You can see I got it nice and stained. So I'm going to do 2 at once here. Now the reason, if some of you don't know, the reason I like to stamp with a light gray ink first is I don't like to wait for ink to dry like a black ink. And I find that when I stamp with black ink first, I tend to smear, especially if I'm using light colors of ink. So I always stamp in gray. Gray doesn't seem to smear on me. And I can always come back in, add in the detail with the black ink. So that is why I like to do it that way. Question. I have the original stamp wheel, but I just ordered the 2.0. What was your question in there, Mary? Let's see. Did I miss a question somewhere? Laura Ann question. Which inks are better for solid stamping and ink blending? You've tried Altenew, but they're not much different from the crisp. So Laura, I do have the crisp inks. I personally do find a difference with them as far as just the intensity of them. So I do like the new ones over the crisp inks. The crisp inks have gone in a bin. They're in my closet. I probably won't touch them ever again. But I have found that they just are more intense when it comes to it. And then as far as which inks are better for solid stamping and ink blending, honestly, they are all fantastic. I love everybody's inks. I don't think I have an ink in my collection that I don't like ink blending with. It's just a matter of what colors you want is really it. And in my personal opinion, when it comes to ink blending, it's not so much about the inks, it's the cardstock that you're using. That is going to be your biggest factor when you have ink blending. You want a nice, smooth cardstock. Gina's is great. Hammermill is great. And Concord and Ninth has a fantastic white cardstock as well. And everybody's got their own white, but those are definitely some of my top favorites. Did I miss any other question here? I didn't pop myself in. Hold on one sec. There I am. Sorry about that. Forgot to do that. Marianne says the question is, will I use both now? And oh, you're trying to justify buying the 2.0. It depends on your stamping. You know, if you already have the stamp wheel and you're okay with that, then I would say no, probably not. The reason I really was excited for the 2.0 was because I pre-cut all of my cardstock either into 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panels, or I trim them into 5.5 by 8.5. I don't like to have to trim any different size for, you know, each individual project unless it's a 6x6 stencil. So the 2.0 stamp wheel lets me use my 5.5 by 8.5. So that's why I love it. That seems kind of minuscule of a reason, you know, to justify me getting it. But that is why I love the 2.0, is because I can put my whole sheet of cardstock in there if I want. So I hope that answered your question. All right, so let's get to crafting. I might get my head in here, so I apologize. I'm going to start with the flower down here. So on Gina's stencil, we have a couple different flowers, actually all the flowers here. This is the smaller one that'll be up there. These are for the other two I didn't stamp. And then these are our flowers. So I just need to twist this until it fits in my stamped lines. And then I'll just hold that down with my sticky mat. And this is, I also like this 9x12 sticky mat because I can do both of these at once. So, hi Amrita, great to see you. And Andrea, hello everyone and welcome. So let's get started with some ink blending. All right, where are my ink stands? Where did I hide them? My throat is dry today. So for my flowers, I decided to use a light orchid and dark orchid. Now there is not another stencil to go with this particular flower image, so I need to add dimension to it by my ink blending. So let me start with that. I have a blending brush that I'm just going to kind of clean off quick with a paper towel. And I'm going to add this light color to it first. So I'm using, this is also the mini blending brushes from Gina, which is perfect. So I don't have to do any masking because it's just a small flower and a small blending brush. So we'll blend that one. And then close that so I don't go to the wrong ink pad. Dig out the dark orchid. This looks like it might be purple. And I'm going to use a detail blending brush for adding that dimension. So I'm going to start in the center and just kind of go out a little bit into a circular motion. So extending into the petal a little bit. I'll look up here in just a second if there's any questions. I get kind of focused on my blending. And you can go as dark or as light as you want. Or just leave it as is with the one color. You don't have to do two colors like I do. So we'll do that. Let's see. Can you stencil without stamping the stamp first? You probably could. You could stencil it. It's just going to be that shape. You're not going to have any details to it. But I guess it would kind of look like a die cut if you were to do that. Oh, it is really stuck. Okay, so I am just going to kind of give this a quick wipe, just a little wipe. And I'm going to move this over to the other flower here. So I can do two at the same time or two at once here. So we'll place that down. Do my light. Oops, that came in kind of dark. That's okay. Excuse me. All right, did I miss anything? Or did I answer a question wrong? All right, this is my dark orchid. I'm going to add in the center. Kind of go out to the edge of the petal a little bit. And again, like this was stamped in a light gray ink. And then I am going to go back over the top of it and stamp it again with black. And that's going to bring all the details back out because right now I'm kind of covering up those details. Oh, thank you so much. Is it C? Always put on the spot with names. It's C. Thurbs? Is that how it's pronounced? Let's see. Anything? Questions that I've missed? Marianne says, I love that Gina's kits have the stencils because it looks like I know how to blend. That they're really easy. I will say they're really easy to use. All right, so that was my flower. That one is done. Let's jump to, all right, you're gonna get my head in the way here. I think, yep, there's my head. Okay, so if I'm off, please forgive me. I don't want you to see the entire part of my head. Go back with the light orchid. And actually with the light, I'm just going to stick to the top of this little flower. He's just a little guy. So I'll go at the top there. And then I'll come in down here with the dark. And you know what I could do? I could bring in a dark blue just for a little bit more contrast and color. I could. Let me wipe that up. I might do a dark blue here too. Why do you start with light gray, then go in with black? So the reason I do that is because a lot of times if I stamp in a black ink first and then want to ink blend, from when I'm impatient, I don't like to wait for my ink to dry. And a lot of times if I try to come in with a yellow or even a light pink or even the purples, a lot of times I'm smearing my black ink and I don't like to do that. And I think part of it might be because of the smoothness of the paper. So I stamp first in a light gray ink or even a really, really light brown. I do my ink blending and then I put it back in the same position in whatever stamping platform I'm using and stamp the black over the top. So I know that's kind of risky, but it works for me. I'm pretty used to it at this point. So I think I'm going to try some blue denim here. I think there was another question. Why do you double stamp? I think I answered that, Danielle. So yeah, it's just, that's been my thing for quite a while now. It has really worked for me. I am much happier with the results. I know it can be risky because you can go through all of that coloring and ink blending and then, you know, mess it up by maybe not having it lined up right the first time. But it's a risk I take. And if I have to redo it, well, then that's just more practice on ink blending and experimenting with colors. So let me just wipe that up real quick here. So I think I answered that. Yep, Marianne, perfect. Absolutely, that's exactly why. So let me come back over here now. And I will come in with the light orchid. I try to keep my ink pads covered if I'm not using them because I don't want to risk picking up the wrong color because I like to have a light colored blending brush. And yeah, if I have too many ink pads open at one time, that does not work. So let's go ahead, add the dark down here. This is the dark lilac down there at the bottom. It's so pretty. And you're going to notice that some of these areas, I'm not lining them up perfectly. Well, because I don't have my head completely over it, but I want to point something out when we get to that. Little bit of blue down there. Okay, so that is the flowers. Yes, navy with purples. Oh, it's so good. Hi, Emily. Thanks for the video you did on the Gina release. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. All right, so, oh, I got to do the center of the flower. That one is a little tricky. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with that because my colors are really, really dark. I think I'm going to leave the center. There is a stencil for the center, but I think I'm going to add a gem to it. I think I'll embellishment. So let's move on to the leaves. So here down in the bottom corners, it does say flower medley 1 or 2. So I always kind of make sure, well, for these, it doesn't matter what order you go in, but it is nice to know what side it faces up. So here we just kind of need to twist and turn to find the right alignment. And I can hold that down with the sticky mat. So let's move my inks here. And I have a few different greens picked out. So for these, I'm going to start with light spruce. So let me just put these brushes away for now. Just kind of rubbing them off on some paper towel. Get my green brushes. Let's see, that one. Nope, that's not green. Okay, I gotta bring them over. I gotta see it in the light. I just keep my detail blending brushes in a baby jar or canning jar. So this is a green. I need my dark green. I gotta find a better way to know what color it is. Let's see, anything else? Okay, looks like you guys are all good in the comments there. Beth is taking care of you. So here I'm going to come in with the light spruce. Just kind of throw that light color there real quick. All the way around these leaves. And then I will come in with the dark spruce. And I'm going to kind of start over here. You can see where I added that little dot. And I'm just going to slowly blend into it. Just to give it a little bit of that darkness there closest to the flower. I have a feeling my tummy is going to growl. I was eating before the live started, but I don't think it was enough. My stomach is saying, you need to feed us more. All right, there's a little bit there. Carrie asks, who makes those small brushes I'm using? Those are from Gina K Designs. They are the detail blending brushes, and those I do have linked down below in the video description. So there's that one. Let's move over here and do this one. Actually, I'm going to wipe that off a little bit. Let's wipe some of that dark green off. Twist that a little bit. Line that up. Here we go. You put Gina's color labels. That's a great idea. That is a really good idea. My lips are getting chapped. And now we're moving on to this other flower. So yeah, doing double duty here. But I kind of need it for the card design that I want to do. And then we'll bring in the dark spruce. Oop, that's really dark. And I'm not worried if there's lines with my blending of that. It's going to smooth out as it dries. Just looks really harsh when it's wet. A little bit there. And a little bit over there. Okay. I got you hooked on it, Kathy. It's risky, but it's a good one. It is a good one. Carrie purchased some of the pink fresh brushes. You think the bristles are too long? The 1/2-inch ones. Are those their detail blending brushes? I can't remember which ones, what all their sizes are. And I know everybody kind of calls them different things. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so now we're just going to go through and we just find which set lines up with the image I stamped. So we'll start there. Get some green in here. And a little bit of dark. I love these. These detail ones, I have no problems with my hands. My hands can get kind of tired or sore with blending sometimes, depending on the brush. I love the detail ones. They don't bother me one bit. But I'm also doing very, very small areas. I would not recommend a small detail brush for larger areas. There's a little bit of that light. And a little bit of dark. Okay. A little late, but you made it. That's okay, Angela. We're glad to have you here. And if you missed anything from the beginning, definitely go back and catch the replay because I did have a couple of fun announcements in there. Some changes. Is my head in the way? It sure is, isn't it? Sorry. This one. You know what? Let's bring in a fresh asparagus on this one. I still have some leaves to finish over here, but let's do fresh asparagus. Just wiping off the brush so I can pick up some fresh asparagus. Liked and shared. Thank you so much, Becky. Where am I? Very hard catching comments and still figuring out where you're ink blending. Oh, I love fresh asparagus. I am really addicted to like these olivey greens. I don't know. It's like my new thing right now are these olivey greens. So let's try this one. Oh, I should be doing over there too. Yes, I should. So let's line that one up. Close enough. Crafty Card Maker is from Wisconsin as well. Welcome. That's always fun to hear when people are from Wisconsin because that's where I'm at. So that's always fun. There's a little bit there. Oh, I just love that color. And a little too sticky. There we go. And then we have this one down here. You can see how quick it is to find which one lines up. I count the leaves. That's really what I do is I count the leaves. One down here. And sneaking in on your lunch break. Well, thank you for sneaking me in. And a little bit over here. And I'm kind of leaving those tips on the whitish side. Right? And again, I know I'm not lining it up perfectly, but you'll see how that, I'll explain to you how to look at that differently. Once I explain it, you're going to see it in a whole new light. Let's do some fresh asparagus there. And you could absolutely use the mat that's included in the kit. That will do the exact same thing as what this 9x12 mat is doing. I just opted for this because I knew I wanted to do 2 panels at once. All right, so now I need to move on to, I can put this away now. We don't need this color anymore. And here are my other ones. So let's see, this looks like a little guy. So let's see if that lines up there. It sure does. So just kind of keep turning and twisting till that lines up. Press that down. Bring in that fresh asparagus again and add that to those leaves. And I'll show you another set I did. I was playing with some color combinations beforehand. I did some in pinks. I did my flower in pinks, which are really pretty. I don't think you can go wrong with any color combination, to be honest. And that one. And I'm also going to be using the new master layout. So Gina came out with a master layout 18. And I'll show you one of my favorite products out of that master layouts. Thank you guys. What sticky mat am I using? I am using the Altenew 9x12 sticky mat. This one, the biggest reason I picked it is because I can have both of my panels on here at once. So looks like I got all of that done. I can move my inks. Make sure that doesn't topple over on me. Okay, gotta pick up, guys. I'm sorry. I have to pick up as I go. brand new paper towel roll. There it is. I just cannot let things sit. Otherwise, it's going to start tipping over on me. And once I start feeling crowded in my workspace, I get very cranky. So we're going to just avoid that. All right. Now we can just peel these off and just kind of bend those back to its form. There we are, and I can put this away. And I learned this little trick actually from Kathy Zilski, who I think learned it from Amy R. It's like the telephone game. Putting these large mats in these zipper pouches. I know Altenew is sending me one. I think they have some that are big that fit their 9x12 sticky mat. This is one I happened to pick up at scrapbook.com, but I'm pretty sure Altenew carries big ones like this. All right, so let's stamp these now. So bring my stamp wheel back out and pop that back into the corner. There we go. Bring out my lid. And I have Gina's black Onyx ink. Ink that up really good. And when I was doing this earlier, I had a couple spots that didn't want to push down. So kind of already knowing that, make sure I get that pressure. So I make sure that that hole is right in the center, which is what I did last time. Or you can put acetate over this and test it out if you're a little nervous about it. This side I didn't want to stamp before. So I got to give it a little extra love. I think, oh, I'm going to stamp it one more. It looked a little fuzzy in one spot. That would be why I have fuzz. I'm so sorry. What am I missing here for comments? Whitney. Hey, Whitney. We love Whitney. If you don't know Whitney, you need to watch Tailored Expressions because Whitney is a hoot. She is just a ball of energy. She really is. All right, there's one more time. So there is that one. What do we have? Sorry, I'm not paying attention to my comments. Is Gina's black ink Copic friendly? Let's check it out. I'm not honestly sure. Where's her ink pad? Where'd I put it? Made in the USA, dries quickly, raised surface. I don't know. It doesn't say on the back if it's alcohol friendly. I know her obsidian ink is. So I'm not 100% sure on the black onyx, but I know her obsidian ink is alcohol marker friendly. You're going to catch the rest on replay. Thank you, Danielle. Nice of you to stop by. I was going to look through here real quick. Gotta go to help the boy with homework. I know it's such a weird time of day for me, isn't it? Did I miss anything? Did I? All right. More purple being used. Yes. Ooh, Mary Ann ordered the Master Layouts 18. Wonderful. Orchid ink is one of your favorites, Pam. Okay, I think I caught up. Unless I missed a question, let me know. Yeah, if you already ordered the kit, let me know. I'd love to see if you guys already ordered it, if you're on the fence. Let me know. I know when I went live, they're still in stock. A lot of stuff sold out yesterday. I'm surprised yet not surprised because I can't believe it sells that fast, but it was a pretty awesome release. Gina gave so many great ideas last night. If you have not watched Gina's live, her release party, oh my gosh, you should watch that. She has some amazing ideas. The designers give ideas. It is a fantastic live. And Gina is just one of the best teachers when it comes to card making. She is a pro. Rhonda ordered the kit. Phyllis asks, do I stand or sit when I craft? I do both. I like to stand. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so good. I do like to stand on occasion when I'm crafting. Because then I can kind of move around. I can grab my tools over there. But if I'm coloring, I like to sit. So I have a stool over there, or not a stool, I have a rolly chair that's for a standing desk. So that's what I'll usually sit down in. Or if I'm doing computer work, I'll do it. But I do like to stand and craft, and it's just better for me. So I'm not sitting all day. Vivian ordered the kit and the Master Layouts 18. Fantastic. Val ordered the kit. That's so fun. Rhonda ordered the kit. You guys are going to have so much fun. I'm going to run late, ain't I? Can I ever do a live on time? Which means my husband will probably be walking in. I had to shoo him out of the house today. He was home today, and I'm like, and I have a live. So I'm like, but you can come in at the tail end if you want. So there is that. Watching Gina Charlene says, wasn't going to, but watching Gina last night, somehow your fingers ordered it. Those darn fingers, huh? They did it to mine a lot too. Oh, and even though I do have a sampling of all her foil, I do have samples of them from Gina. I still ordered like every packet of foil that she came out with last night. What did I do with my die? That foil is gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to do some die cutting now with the coordinating dies. That one and that one. Thank you, Vivian. Yes, Gina's cards were stunning. So I'm sure she'll be recreating those. Okay, I actually want to point something out before I die cut this. So I had mentioned earlier that sometimes I don't line up my stencils perfectly, whether I'm live and I don't want to put my head directly under the camera, or I just messed up. But let me show you something. So here, this leaf in particular, you can see I did not get that perfectly lined up. There's a little bit of a white space there. And I think it's up here too after I restamp my line. I actually really like that because to me, it gives it a little bit more whimsical feeling, kind of adds its own natural highlight to the flower. So if you maybe didn't line it up perfectly, or you have, your stencil didn't line up perfectly, don't redo it. It's still beautiful. Can always work with things. So I'm going to hold these down. Let's hope I line them up perfectly. Marianne ordered the foils from Simon. Yep, I think actually, now that you said that, I think I linked both Simon and ThermoWeb down in my video description. So if there's something you're looking for, they may have it if it's out of stock at Gina's. If you're looking at the new release, the kit is only sold at Gina's website though, if you're looking for the kit. Master Layouts though, if it does happen to sell out, that is available over at the other places too. Dawn is from Wisconsin. Yay! Ordered the kit. Oh, you guys are you're going to be in crafty heaven when you get it. All right, let's get that lined up. And this one. So hopefully the rest of this goes a little bit faster because I do have my sentiment already stamped out just in case. My head in the way? Yes, it is. Sorry, guys. I noticed that on my last one too. I stuck my head right in the camera a lot. Thank goodness I had gone and gotten it colored. All right, so now I can die cut this. I do have my Empress I was doing just a ton of die cutting the other day. I didn't feel like doing any rollers, so I do have my Empress out. All right. Can't wait to get, oh yes, the gel. Yup. Simon has a lot of the new foils. Your credit card was smoking. That's funny. All right, let's move this. Yeah, my checking account definitely took a hit this last probably 7 days. And of course, every time I was looking at something to order, hubby happened to walk up to talk to me and it's like, oh, you didn't see that. So I just got to die cut these again. Oh, I'm stuck. Just ordered the kit. Inspired here. Wonderful, Terry. I am so glad I inspired you. These kits seriously are an amazing value, and Gina always provides a ton of inspiration. There's been many times I've seen videos, I'm like, why did I not order that? So you definitely are going to be very happy when you get that kit because they are always so jam-packed, and everything in that kit is fantastic. Both stamp sets, 3 stencils, 2 of which are like can be used on their own. So I don't know how you cannot order that kit. Oh, and did you guys know about the new incentive program she's got? If you caught that. So with Gina's incentives, I'm not going to go over the old way, but what you do now is when you hit a qualifying purchase on Gina's website, I think it's of $75 or more, you're going to get a pop-up window. And it's going to say, hey, you can either pick this stamp set or this stamp set. So you can choose your incentives. So let's say you placed an order last night and you are like, you know what? I want this too. I'm going to go back and place another order. It qualifies. You'll get a pop-up and you can pick the other stamp set. Now, if you come back in a week and you're like, you know what? I already have ordered both of those incentive sets. Then you get a pack. I can't remember how many are in it, but you get a pack of layering weight white cardstock. And I think they're pre-cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I thought that was pretty awesome, that change. Oh, thank you, Marianne. Yes. Oh, blue and purple always work. Always. $20 pack. Oh, thank you guys. Yep, 20 pack. So there are all my die cuts now. I was reading Georgina's comment. How bad is it that I pushed off a Medicare meeting for my husband 30 minutes just so I could shop before the live? I have a problem. You don't have a problem. You know how these go. That's it. You're knowledgeable. That's what I'm going to call it. Yes, that tacky mat is going to be great. And you will see me use that. And just today's purposes, my 9x12 worked out. So I can get those put back. Hi, Charlene. Great to see you. So I think I can put this away for now. All right, so there are my flowers. I know I don't have the centers there, but that's fine. So let's see. I did a little bit of prep work ahead of time. I was hoping to do it on camera for you. But I think I'm going to use what I have already die cut. So this is the Master Layouts 18. And what I really wanted to use out of here is this frame. There's also a bunch of other things. You got some sentiment banners, some borders. So there's a lot of great stuff in here. I was really excited for this frame. So I love to create frames for my card projects. Also, it is a great way to help me with an arrangement of flowers. So this is what the frame looks like. And this is what it looks like die cut out. So it's got a stitched edge all the way around, but also gives you, it's like an outside in stitch. So you also, this also die cuts out. This is the centerpiece and it also has a stitched edge. So it's like an outside in. You're getting a lot out of just one die. So you could use either this on your card project and then have this really nice thick white border, or you can use that. And I want to use this. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. Yes, for catching the replay. I'm still live, depending when you're seeing me. But yes, this will be available on replay as well. Have to go back to work. Bye, Dawn. Thank you. First timer. What tape do you use to hold down your dies? I am using Post-it tape. I've used Scotch tape. I've used washi tape. I just always come back to Post-it tape. So this is what I'm thinking. Again, this frame is from Master Layouts 18, which is brand new from the release last night. So here is what I want to do. I want to have these in the corners. I just kind of wanted to swoop, if I can get it to swoop. Where's my swoop? Should we do that for a swoop? Let's try that. Then I'm going to try and tuck maybe that little flower guy over there. And this guy down here. And now I have my greenery, so I can start bringing in some more greenery to fill that in a little bit. Not sure yet, to be honest. Still kind of playing with the idea. And nope, need something a little bigger there, I think. Maybe that. No, let's go over here. Maybe. I had this designed. I should have taken a picture because now I'm going to be sitting here fiddling with this. And maybe something like that. Kind of, sort of. Something like that. Maybe tuck that in over here. Bring that flower down a little bit. All right, I think something like that is what I'll do. Thank you, guys. All right, so I think I'm going to do that. So let's get some of these taped in. I'm just going to add a tape runner here so I can start kind of tucking it behind. So while I'm kind of arranging my floral pieces here, and before I forget, I want to thank you guys for stopping in today for my live. I appreciate you here so much. If you are catching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate that as well. It makes my heart happy knowing I'm not just talking to a camera. I mean, I am, but it's nice to know I'm talking to somebody on the other side. And I enjoy crafting with you guys. You can kind of see the full process. Get a look at real life crafting. That's what I should call my lives, is real life crafting. What you get for pre-recorded is a pretty polished version. Let's tuck, maybe have him go there. And if you missed it in the beginning, I am going to be switching my live day of the week. I'm still going to go live. I'm just not going to be doing it on Wednesdays. I'm going to switch that. Just Wednesdays are kind of a stinker day for me. So I need to kind of look at my schedule and figure out what day is going to work better. It's either going to be a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Tuesday. Most likely a Tuesday, because if there's going to be a day that possibly doesn't have school, it's probably going to be a Monday, and that would be bad for me. So most likely a Tuesday. Next week, I will be going live for sure next Tuesday. All right, let's see. Did I miss some comments here? Just started. I missed the comment. Darlene says, I've just started watching you and I've learned a lot. Well, I'm so glad, Darlene. I love hearing that. Thank you. Mary Ann, never knew you were on, but I've seen most of your videos and you'll be watching on Tuesday. Wonderful. You guys make me so happy. Love the frame. Thank you guys. Oh, I love that. Then that means I'm not going to be standing here talking to myself. All right. Now, I could go crazy, do colored cardstock, all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm just really kind of liking the white on white. I think it's just a very elegant touch. Let me grab, this is that, okay, so I just wanted to show you, I had that die cut out. It's out of brushed gold cardstock. This is part of the Master Layouts 18 as well. All right, so here is my sentiment. This is what that flower looks like in pink. I think those were the carnation inks. All right, so I have You Are So Very Special. So I am totally cheating here. I want to try and do everything live for you guys, but I just can't seem to stick to an hour. All right, let's just that. So this will go, I think this will be very elegant. Now, if I had more time, I might foil a poly glaze sheet to go back there, but I'm not going to do that today. First time catching me live. Thank you for joining. And I will have more videos using the stencil from the kit. I got more coming. So don't you worry. I will have inspiration for you guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Let me zoom in a little bit here. That's pretty far out. My camera freaked out on me earlier when I was zooming in. Okay. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. Okay. So I got my clusters are built and put together. I need to just glue these. I did cut extra pieces of cardstock for my sentiment. I know I have the Connect Glue link down below. So this is Gina K Designs. It's a large bottle of Connect Glue that I put in a fine tip bottle. Pretty sure I always link the tweezers because I mean, I don't craft without tweezers. Let's just be real. Okay. Yes, it does make them the star of the show. Good point. Thank you guys. Okay, so there is the sentiment. Now, I have seriously dog hair everywhere. And all he's doing is laying on the floor. I gotta remember to look up at my screen, make sure I'm in frame. Now, what I do want to do is pop that up. I would normally back that. You know, I just might. Hold on. I got to die cut that. I need another one. So let me just die cut this out one more time. Tuesday, 1 o'clock Central Time, Bonnie. Yep, I'm going to try and stick with 1 o'clock Central Time. That time of day does seem to work really well for me. It's just the day of the week I'm struggling with. So I'm going to save that. This. Okay, so now to kind of explain, I don't think I always explain this in videos, but I do love my foam tape, foam squares. I love popping things up. But before I pop things up, I want it to be just a little bit more secure. I could have die cut this from a heavier weight cardstock, but I did not. So I just die cut another one to layer together, and then I'm going to add foam tape behind it. Any funny noises you hear will be my husband walking in the door. Yes, I announced you, honey. Just ordered the kit, ink, and more stencils with dies. All right, now, did I line that up right? I did not. Let me trim that. Let's trim this down. You are not going to sneak through the house, honey. I'm sorry. So now that I got my frame put together, oh yes, it'd be 2 p.m. Eastern, but since I'm in Central Time, I talk in Central Time. Nobody seems to talk in Central Time, but I do. Okay, so this is some thinner foam tape from Altenew. They came out with a bunch of different widths when it comes to their foam tape, so I am trying that out today. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly. Pretty sure I did not link this down below, so I will do that after my video. Susan, I have been fan before, and since meeting you in Columbus last year with Gina, you have been a huge fan of watching your sews, especially your lives. Well, thank you so much. Oh, wait. I'm the one with the chocolate goodie bags. Chocolate goodie bags are very much appreciated and memorable. Thank you. Just, I will never say no to chocolate and snacks. Let's just say that. Oh yeah, Pink Fresh uses Central Time. Yep, because I know Leah used to be in there, so she did a lot of Central Time, but okay. So yes, next Tuesday, I don't know the date offhand, but next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. How's that? All right, so we can get that, just that little bit of lift there. Those of us who live in Central Time also think in Central Time. Yes. I know everything is Eastern. I'm like, but I don't want Eastern. I'm in Central. Thankfully, I caught on pretty quick. So let's go ahead and add my frame there. Hopefully that's even. Okay. Actually, I think I'm off, but I can always fix that later. And then we have our foil arrangement. I got to take a drink. My throat is getting dry. So the question is, do I want to pop up the flowers? Do we want more popped up? Tuesday to 18. Thank you, Beth. I think I was wrong on my day. All right, we're going to do this. You live in Virginia. Hello, Mary. All right. You know what? I think I'm just going to glue that down like it is. Kind of like that. Uh-oh. There it goes. All right. That's what I'm hoping. That is my plan, Beth. I just hope people, I always hope when they don't notice something. Like my upside down butterflies that I did on the waffle flower card. Maybe I meant to be upside down. Okay, you are so very special. Hold that down a little bit. Thank you, Becky. Debbie, yeah, absolutely. Catch the replay. That'll be available. YouTube does do its processing thing afterwards, but you'll absolutely be able to catch it on replay. So I think, where did I put that tape? think I'm going to put a little tape behind the flower. So let's just trim. And if you haven't seen yet, these are the Gina K Designs scissors. They were included in the kit last month and are now available for purchase. So I do have these. All right, where am I sticking? Oh, it's up there. I don't know. Maybe I should have grabbed a thicker foam tape or foam squares. Can I rip that off without breaking it? Thank you, Pam. Okay, I'm gonna get some foam squares instead. All right, let's try these. You caved and ordered the new kit master layouts. I know, Barb, it's hard to resist. It is a good one. All right, let's see if this will work. I need something just a little bit higher. So let's see. Oh, that ain't really hitting it either. But we're gonna go with it. Okay, I want some bigger foam squares though. You love the Gina K scissors. They are very easy to use. Yes, they do cut through the foam tape very nicely. All right, let's do, okay, that'll work. Should we go with that? These are the Gina K Designs foam squares. The release paper comes off so nice. All right, so now let's see. Put that one over there. Just trying to get the foam squares placed wherever it's not overhanging that frame. A little bit down here. Just enough. I think that'll be fine. Okay. And then we can remove the backing for this. Let's see, where do I want to add? I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue here and a little bit over here. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, and I'm still keeping room there for my sentiment, so I didn't cover that up. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, now put a little bit of liquid glue here and tuck this one in. So I have my flowers framing the sentiment. All right. All right, how is that looking? And now I just need a couple embellishments for the center of my flowers. One second, guys. Oh. Okay, here we go. So did I get my head in there again? I sure did. I'm gonna have to adjust my camera or something. I want to put a big gold pearl in the center of those flowers. Come on. So we'll put that there, and then maybe I'll embellish with a few around it. And, fighting with these things. It doesn't want to flip. It's like a turtle on its back. So we'll do that. And now I just need a couple smaller ones. Oh, that'll be nice. Put a couple there. Come on. Let's do maybe one up there. All right, I think I'll go with that. Maybe one more little small one here. Small, small, small. Okay, what do you guys think of that? That work? Kind of move that so beautiful, gorgeous. Thank you guys. Oh yes, I got these off of Amazon, to be honest. Those little boxes. And then I just put a sticky label on the front. All right, then I'm gonna go with this. So let's get these guys down. The biggest one doesn't quite fill the center, but oh, there's too much. That's too much. I don't want too much. Doesn't quite fill the center, but it'll work. Put one right there. And down here. A couple more up top. And one more. All right, I think that's gonna call it good on that. I still have a couple other leaves that I could have probably used, but I'm good with this arrangement. There. What do you guys think? Really pretty, great sentiments. Here's some more. I don't think I showed it. Where did I put it? I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. So I did You Are So Special, but you could also do The Best Friend Ever or The Grateful, In My Thoughts. So a few other different sentiments we could have used there. So now I am going to flip you guys. Let's see if I can get this right. There. And just wait. There. Oh, how fun is that? Oh, in screen would be great. Okay. So there is the finished card project. So thank you guys for sticking with me. One of these times I'll keep it under an hour. I'll try harder next time, maybe actually plan it out a little bit, but I appreciate you guys for stopping in and watching me create live. This is the Gina K Designs brand new card kit, which I do have linked down below in the video description. I will, Beth is probably going to be emailing me with a list of stuff that I showed and I did not link. So I will get that list updated. Once I kind of get everything done, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to do a blog post. I will get the supplies used or supplies that I used updated and linked for you afterwards. So you can watch for that afterwards. And yeah, and if you're catching the replay, thank you for catching the replay. I appreciate that. I love seeing you guys here. Oh, couple quick reminders. I do have it also in the video description where I have a special with Olo markers. So Mindy 15 will get you 15% off of Olo markers. I will have a coloring video coming up soon with some of the images from Gina's new release. So if you're looking to try it out, grab a couple markers, or if you have a lot of markers and you want the tower, that is a great time to use that discount. So that's only good. Oh, I'll have to update my video description on that. It's good for the rest of the week for sure, but I can't remember exactly when that discount is going to end. So that is for the Olo markers. And I do have a giveaway happening on my Instagram. So check that out to enter the giveaway. And I'm going to go live on Tuesday next week. So Wednesday is no longer my permanent home. I have to kind of change up some things. So I think Tuesday is probably going to be a better fit for me. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, come and join me on Tuesday next week. Not quite sure yet what I'm working with, but that's kind of the fun part of it. So I think I covered everything. Did you guys have any last minute questions about any of Gina's products before I head out? Start taking pictures and all that fun stuff. Linked to the embellishment boxes. Yes, Beth will probably make a note of that for me and I'll get that linked for you. All right. First live with me. Well, welcome, Amy. Thank you. Never too long. I'm glad you feel that way. I don't see any questions. Cannot put a time on crafting. I know. I know. Let's see. Tuesday's great. Wonderful. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. Have a great rest of your afternoon and excited for you to get your new kit and have some playtime. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.